Hello, this is Dr. Tracy Reddish, Special Assistant to the Dean for Technology in the Bagwell College of Education. In this particular video, I will show you how to complete Step 3 of creating an electronic portfolio in Digital Measures. Step 3 involves creating your portfolio document submission list. This list is the document that you will submit as your portfolio. It contains links to all of the items that would have previously appeared in Binder 1, such as your cover page, your portfolio narrative, your VITA, your departmental guidelines, your third-year review letters, and your annual review materials such as your ARDs and your FPAs. All annual review materials are to be included in your submission. For third-year reviews, that probably includes at least part of 2 or 3 calendar years, but for later reviews, it may involve 3, 5, or more years, depending on the review and how long it's been since the last portfolio submission. So you will need to figure that out for your particular situation. Now, to get this portfolio document submission list, you'll simply run a report. However, before you can run the report, you have to make sure that all of these documents on this list have been uploaded to Digital Measures. So before beginning Step 3, you'll need to make sure that you have on your desktop or on your hard drive or on a thumb drive somewhere, you'll need your cover page, your narrative with all of your links that we did in Step 2, your VITA, your departmental guidelines, your third-year review letters, your ARDs, and your FPAs. So you'll spend some time gathering all of those electronic files before starting Step 3 because you will need all of them. Okay, so let's learn how to upload those to Digital Measures. And they go different places, so pay special attention to where where in Digital Measures we're putting these documents. Okay, so let's get logged into Digital Measures. So we'll go to digitalmeasures.kennesaw.edu, click on Login to Activity Insight, put in your NetID and your password. Okay, and it takes you to the main menu in Digital Measures, and we're going to begin with general information. We will begin with the cover page, the narrative, the VITA, and the departmental guidelines. Those 4 items. Again, the cover page, the narrative, the VITA, and the departmental guidelines. We have to get those uploaded to Digital Measures. Now, I'm assuming with the cover page, you downloaded that cover page from the Faculty Affairs website and you filled that out. Okay, because that's a standard document on the Faculty Affairs website. Alright, so assuming you have those items, under General Information, we will go to Documents for Portfolio Review. The link for Documents for Portfolio Review. And when you click on that, it takes you to a screen where you have to add a new item. So we'll click on Add a New Item, and it says please enter below the year for your portfolio review. So we will enter 2016 for purposes of illustration. You may be doing this in a different year. Also, please attach your documents, and these documents have to be in Word or PDF format. Okay, so your cover page, your narrative, your CV or your VITA, and your departmental guidelines must be in a Word document or PDF. So you're going to click Choose File, and you're going to go out and find your cover page. So I have mine right here on the screen. You would navigate to where yours are located and click on Open. I'm looking for the narrative. Choose File. Go out and find the narrative. Upload your CV, your VITA. Choose File. Go find your VITA. Your departmental guidelines. Choose File and define your departmental guidelines. If you make a mistake, you simply hit the trash can and then you go replace the file with another file. Once you have all 4 of them, then you can click on Save. And it takes you back to where you have your 2016 item. If you click on it, it takes you back in there and you can see all of your files are uploaded. Okay? So we have the first 4 documents. Now we need to make sure our third-year review letters are inside of Digital Measures. So I'm going to go back to Manage Activities because these letters go under a different menu. So we're going to move down underneath Documents for Portfolio Review to Third Year Review Letters. And then when I click on that, I will need to add an item. And again, the dates will vary. I'll just put in a date for purposes of illustration. And then it says upload your third year review letters or response letters. Okay, and you may need more than one file, so you would just add additional rows by putting in some extra rows and telling it to add. I'm just going to put in one for purposes of illustration. So I'm going to choose my file and go find my third year review letter. And I have to make sure I put a check over here in the box that says include the file for portfolio review. If you have additional letters, which you probably do, you would add and then you would click on the upload and go upload those as well. I'm going to click on save and it takes me back to my third year review letters where I have them in there. Okay, you may have ones for different years that you want to put in. Okay, all right, now I'm going back to Manage Activities, and then I need to get in the ARD and the FPAs. So the ARDs and FPAs go in under a different menu. So this time we're going under General Information to Performance Evaluations for your Faculty Activity Report. And we need to add a new item. So this is where you would add an item for each calendar year. So I'm just going to start and do a few of them. You would need to do all of the calendar years that are involved with your review. So I'm just going to say 2015, and I'm going to skip all of this information. I'm just going down to put in my ARD and my FPA. So I'm going to click on Choose File, and this is 2015 ARD. So I have that there. Okay, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go to the FPA and choose File and put in my FPA for 2015. Okay, now I have to make sure I click on Include File for Portfolio Review beside both of those, or else it will not show up in our list that we're trying to generate a little bit later. All right, so for 2015, I put in my ARD, my FPA, and I check the boxes. At the top, I'll click on Save, and that takes me back out, and I can see that I have 1 year for my 2015 ARDs and FPA. All right, it's just a little slow. We'll give it a second. Now we want to add a new item, and we'll add 2016. Okay, again, we'll scroll down, choose the annual review for 2016, include the file for portfolio review, very important. Scroll down to the faculty performance agreement and put in the FPA for 2016. Include the file for portfolio review. And then back up at the top, we'll click on Save. And it takes it just a few seconds to save. And you would continue doing that for all of the years that are included in your review. Okay, I'm going to go back out to Manage Activities. Okay, so once you've uploaded all of these documents, and as you could see, we use several different menus. We used the Documents for Portfolio Review, we used our third year review letters, and we also used Performance Evaluation. So different places you've uploaded these files. Once you've uploaded, though, you can now run a report that will generate your portfolio document submission list. And this list will create a document, a Word document, that contains links to all of these documents that we just uploaded. And it will be the document that we submit in step 4 as your official portfolio, because it has links to everything. It has your narrative on there, and with all of the artifacts linked. It has your annual review documents, it has your departmental guidelines, your VITA, your narrative, your cover page. It has it all on this portfolio submission list. So let's go run a report over underneath Run Reports, and let's find underneath Report the document submission list. Let's see if we can find the portfolio under the P's, Portfolio Document Submission List. Now you have to get the date range correct, and again it's going to vary depending on when you're doing your review and what year it happens to be that you're listening to this video. So I'm just going to put in something that will work for me, and you would need to put in the date range for you. So I've got a few years in here. And again, whom to include is going to be you as an individual, but my screen may look a little different because I have people who report to me, and so I have access to all of their information. So we get it changed to an individual. It's going to come out in a Word document in letter size. And then at the top right, you click on Run Report. And this should generate a report or a Word document that contains all of the files that we just uploaded in step 3. And so here's what it looks like. So you see the cover page and it has a link to it, and when you hover over it you see that it's linked inside of Digital Measures. You have your narrative, your VITA, your departmental guidelines, all of your ARDs and FPAs. You would have many more than I have listed, but this is just for illustrative purposes. Third year review letters. So this is a very important document, and you would want to save it, somewhere, that you're keeping all of these files. This is called your portfolio document submission list. All right, and you would save it so that in the next step you are going to be uploading this to the reviewers so they can review it, and that's the page that they will use to link out to all of your documents. Thank you.